Dear members of our political and geopolitical family, dear fellow Europeans, it is my great pleasure, honor, and responsibility to address you here in Bucharest in the times of unprecedented challenges. We, Europeans, are currently facing the biggest geopolitical threats and dangers to our security, our way of life, the democratic principles and values since the Second World War. At the moment, we have a huge privilege not to stand in the first front lines under rain of bullets, bombs, and missiles, and not to lie down in the first rows of trenches. This privilege is brought to us by heroic sacrifices of Ukrainians, both military and civilian, men and women, children and elderly ones. Please allow me to briefly quote and paraphrase the great historian Timothy Snyder, who is compelled, unfortunately, to write about the horrors of today, not some distant past. Ukrainians have shown that a genocide can be halted with the right kind of help. When we cut off that help, we enable genocide to proceed. This is not only a horror in itself, but a precedent. The resistance of Ukrainian armed forces and Ukrainian civil society is holding back every form of modern catastrophe. Ukrainian blood has bought for us a future that we ourselves did not think we had. After 2 years, too many of us take this for granted. But if we decide not to help Ukrainians, disorder will ensure and prosperity will collapse. So how we address this challenge and existential threat will not only defy the European security for foreseeable future, but I'm sure global security as well. There is no coincidence that dictators and autocrats all over the globe, from Belarus to Iran and North Korea, are closely watching and analyzing our actions, decisiveness, and solidarity, or sometimes lack of both. They are not only making adjustment to their own strategies and future aggressive plans, but already cooperating very intensively and helping and empowering Putin's regime to continue aggression and occupation, torture, war crimes, genocide against Ukrainians. Partners in crime are weaponizing energy, information, food, even elections inside our democracies. After they killed their opponents at home and put civic activists in jails, they are trying to destroy the trust of our democratic systems to impose polarization, the sense of vulnerability, or at least confusion. But we shall not be afraid. Putin's Russia is not as strong and powerful as Soviet Union was, which, by the way, eventually also collapsed. Just one simple statistical fact. Combined Nordic-Baltic GDP is higher than Russia's in nominal terms. And again, it's only Nordic-Baltic 8, not EU 27 or G7's economic or potential or political power combined. We can and should help Ukraine win this war, because it is our war too. This war is against us, against all the values we believe in, from the Black Sea to the Baltic Sea, from Mediterranean to Caspian, from Atlantic to Indo-Pacific. We should all double down our efforts. Winning formula is not some kind of mysterious holy grail or kind of rocket science. Formula of victory is rather clear. More and faster military support for Ukraine, more and faster economic support, accountability for the Putin's and Lukashenko's regime's crimes. Let's make aggressors pay. Let's move further and faster with stronger sanctions. There should be no taboos for military weapons and systems, no taboos for military support for Ukraine, no self-imposed red lines anymore. Dictators are good in sprint, in mobilizing their resources, but bad at marathons and longer-term fight. Democracies are slow at the beginning, but have a unique ability to learn from mistakes and reinvent itself on the go. If we want a durable peace on European continent, if we want to save EU as the unique geopolitical peace project, we can do it only by strength, Peace through strength, not appeasement. Peace through Ukrainian victory, not some sort of Minsk-free. Peace through integration of Ukraine to NATO and EU alongside Moldova, Western Balkans and South Caucasus, alongside democratic and European Belarus. We, in the Baltics, or at least in Lithuania and in our Conservative Party, sometimes look into past and long for Churchill's, Adenauer's, Reagan's, or at least George Kennan's. However, I'm more than sure that with Manfred, Roberta, Ursula, Donald, and other great colleagues, we have a great leadership that is up for the task to lead winning Europe. Europe that is strong, prosperous, enlarging, innovative, able to defend itself and other democracies, able to win elections, but more importantly, geopolitical victories. Victory for Europe, victory for EPP. Slava Ukraini. Thank you.